Welcome back to Browns Live, powered by First Energy. Nathan Zegura, Joe Thomas, and we welcome back in the head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, for this week's game preview presented by Ruoff Mortgage. And Coach, 1-0 this season against the Bengals. It'll be the first team that you see twice this year. So as a coach, how do you approach this second meeting with a divisional foe?
Yeah, you kind of look at the tape from your previous game and understand what they were trying to do, what we were trying to do. They'll have some wrinkles for us, we'll have some for them. And I think the big part is understanding who they are now, because on their side they have a couple guys that are in the lineup that weren't there previously, a couple guys that were out. We're in the same boat. As the NFL season unfolds, you have guys in and out. So really got to understand the personnel, and then with that personnel, are they doing anything differently? So from our offense's perspective, what are the fronts they're running in their base with Hubbard out? In their nickel package, are they playing a lot of one high or two high? On the other side, it's this quarterback is getting comfortable with certain concepts that they've been running throughout the year. So are those the ones showing up? Is this a multiple personnel game? So there's a lot of things early in the game that you're waiting to see. There's some unknowns, even though we just played this team.
The Browns and the Patriots are the only teams in the NFL defensively to not give up a plus 25-yard run so far. The Bengals are running the football a little bit better right now than they were the first time you guys saw them. How important is it to minimize the explosive rushing plays in this weekend's game?
Yeah, it's huge, Joe. And this run game gets on the perimeter real fast with Joe Mixon. So we have to gang tackle. That stat you cited there, that's a defensive unit stat. That's everybody with 11 dudes getting their hat on the ball. And that's going to be vitally important versus this rush attack, because they really do find ways to get him on the perimeter.
Coach, this week's best fan question comes to us from @IWishIWasAFox, and it's powered by First Energy. He wants to know, what is your brand of football? When you're all done coaching, what do you want the Kevin Stefanski brand to be synonymous with, and how close is this team to embodying that brand that you set out at the beginning of the year?
I mean, I appreciate the question, but it's really the Browns brand of football is what I'm hoping for. So you've seen it at times this year. We're looking to be a team that doesn't beat themselves, plays a physical brand of football, and ultimately plays together. But it's definitely not about me. It's about these Cleveland Browns.
Coach, Myles Garrett leads the NFL in pressure rate. Joe Burrow, he's a guy that gets pressured a lot. How important is it going to be for Myles to be able to get into Joe Burrow's lap and be able to pressure that quarterback, make him feel him, especially early on in the game?
Yeah, we definitely want the quarterback to acknowledge our pressure. We want to get around him, as you know. Now, on the other side, they know that too. So you can anticipate that they're going to try to get the ball out of his hand quickly, use some screens, chip, slide to Myles. That's all the attention that Myles gets that really doesn't show up in the stat sheet. So, he had a sack the other day where the running back chipped him after he made an inside move off of a stunt. So he's getting plenty of attention. He's still producing, and that's what we expect of him, because he's that caliber of player.
Coach, thank you so much for the time, and best of luck on Sunday in Cincinnati against the Bengals.